Bantam, PA. We're actually at the Bantam Heritage Festival right now. This is the Jeep Historic exhibit. They have an incredible collection of Jeeps, and they've got a couple here we're going to actually go look at today. Let's actually start with like the raddest and wildest.
Yeah.
Got LS swap.
I have a heart for Jeep rad rods or hot rods. I freaking love
All the tires.
Yeah, like
BFGs.
really old school BFGs.
Baja TAs, baby.
Yeah.
It's got dual toolboxes in it, which I've never seen before, obviously. But,
Oh yeah.
they have toolboxes in both sides.
It's a CJ2A actually.
Well,
the grill is an MB grill. It's a Willys MB grill, but it's CJ2A body. Super cool. I got these rad custom seats.
Super cool, man.
This is actually the same Jeep as the rad rod, but with its original grill on it. This thing is smaller than a modern day UTV. You know, like that's so crazy. A modern day Razor or whatever is a lot bigger than that.
But tell them what you know about this. This will go more places.
Oh
Razor,
man,
dude.
we've seen these. Like we've seen some boys in Moab, like wheel Rusty Nail and all these trails with those Jeeps with no bigger tires than that.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
they probably
Slaying
beefed up the drivetrain the way they were driving that thing, but
Slaying,
man,
dude. This one's really nice here too. This is a clean example. Super clean.
yeah, that is clean.
So check out the spark plug wires. They're braided, and check them out. No boot on them. This OG right there. See your filter?
Oh,
This
here's
is
actually
this
a
is
little
cool.
hook.
Yeah.
Check this out.
Yeah, there's the restoration process. A long way, man.
Yeah,
A lot of time and effort, man. Lots.
super cool.
It's really cool.
Did you rebuild the motor?
Yeah. Got an overdrive. Show them the Warren overdrive. That's pretty cool. You can drive on the highway. So yeah, it's an overdrive system.
Even the tires, like
Yeah, they did a great job. The pinstriping, like nice little touches. The pinstriping on the wheels. It's cool. This is like probably one of my favorites here. Actually, it's really somebody really put a lot of love into this. You can tell.
man, with some good old Casey daylighters.
The classic.
The classic, yeah.
And he's got the old OGs,
Swampers?
TSLs. Yeah.
Do they still make that?
Yeah, absolutely. Still buy that tire. Check out, oh yeah, show them the steering too, how this all works.
Yeah, right.
Look how tiny. This is my thumb, okay, guys? Look at this next to the tire rod. So they would go anywhere, man. Someone put a lot of love into this one. Oh yeah, show them the PTO hanging out back here.
Super cool. Yeah, you could just
Run your farm equipment, whatever you wanted, man. It's really super rare.
How does that actually work? It's connected to your rear diff, I'm assuming?
No, your transfer case. So there's a lever in here for that, see? So, yeah, it's awesome. Yeah, they could either post hole diggers, wreckers, and graders, and tillers, and well drilling equipment. I mean, so M725, which is the larger model, and it was an ambulance. These are really cool. It's
This
actually
would make a cool merch truck, man.
Man, we would kill it out of that thing. Have a giant Flex Rocks and Rollovers logo on there. That would be cool. Show them this guy. This one's cool. A lot of people don't like these, but I do. It's a 3B,
Yeah.
a high hood.
Yeah, like actually Mitsubishi made those things too, right?
So this body was actually licensed forever. Mitsubishi made it, Mahindra made it for many years. And actually, they were made up until not long ago. I mean, this is from the 40s, man. And this is actually a 57 model here, it says, but these were from the 40s. So, you know, you got to think the base model of this is from like 1941, right? Or 42 or whatever. So it's like, you have to think that they kept the majority of these components running. I think 07 or something they stopped making this. Now, they had made a million changes. You could buy these with like, overseas you buy like 4 doors or like longer back here or pickup truck configuration. I mean, look how many sticks are in here, man. You can do all kinds of cool things here.
I actually got some modern seats in it. Man, on cars like this, you can really tell like the transition from a horse carriage over to a car. You know,
absolutely. I mean, look at all the brass on this one. I mean, that was the thing. Brass age cars.
what's cool about I feel like we're in this era right now when it comes to electric cars. Like what this was for the gas engine is where we're at right now for electric cars.
Absolutely. I mean, look at the wheels. Still got wood spokes in them. Let's forgo this and go inside.
Okay.
Let's walk in and actually let's talk about something real quick that we're going to show everybody. Not yet. So, you love Jeepsters.
Oh, I do.
Jeepster has a heritage too. A lot of people probably don't know a lot about Jeepsters. Jeepster was originally a thing way before your Jeepster.
Oh
right?
yeah, my Jeepster is a second generation Jeepster that was built by Jeep.
Correct.
And
They reuse the name, like kind of like you see them do that today, like Cherokees and things of that nature, right? So let's talk about an actual Jeepster.
not a
Turn it
Jeepster
around.
Commando, but a Jeepster.
And this one's owned by Omics, actually, so this is part of the Omics collection. This is very beautiful. You might have saw Marvin made a post from our friend Justin Jandrew's shop a few weeks ago, and he's got one of these. His is quite rusty and old, but this one's clean and old. It's beautiful. It's a 49 model. Before they were really trying to sell Jeeps as top-down Jeeps, right? Like this is a convertible truck, essentially. I mean, a convertible car, I guess, essentially.
It's a hybrid.
Yeah, I mean, you got
Look at
303.
like
This is
the
a
old
cool
school saying,
rad
Willys
rig.
Overland.
Yep.
What also people don't know, this is a two-wheel drive. This thing actually
Correct.
never came as a four-wheel drive, as far as I know.
Correct. And how'd you get in the back seat? Step, step, go. That's rad.
Who needs four doors?
This is awesome. So we're talking about those PTO systems, right? Man, they made them in everything, even fire trucks, right? So say you had a brush fire in your town, or you lived in a remote area, and they put water in the back of these things, and they brought them up here. Look at this huge pump on the front of this Willys, man. This is cool as hell. So it's all driven by the transfer case. It's a PTO-driven system, and pumped water. It's just a giant pump, man. It's huge. What's really funny about these is some of these remained in service up until like the 80s and 90s, and they stayed in somebody's fire department system, and they worked. They start. They're easy to work on. The parts are cheap and plentiful still. And I mean, you got your water tank in the back, dude. This thing's cool, man. One of my favorites, just because of the styling cues, are so like 1960s and 50s,
Absolutely.
man. It's really got.
It just like screams like 60s hotel resort or like a safari or something like that.
Well, they made 1,100 of these roughly, and they were two-wheel drive as well.
Oh, yeah?
So, yep. I know they came in pink, and I know they came in this blue color. I don't think they came in any other color options. Maybe a red also, but you can see them around. There was one at Jeep Beach actually at the event, and one sitting in the Hard Rock
both
Hotel.
pink.
Yeah, both pink. So, and then here's your blue one. This is cool. Okay, so we fought World War II. The Germans were all over Africa, and I'll show you something cool. Come around to the grill. It's missing some stuff there. And that was to get more airflow, actually. So they kept the center to keep it strong. They packed it down with gasoline. Why has it got so much gas on it, right? Well, if you're out in the middle of the desert, man, there's no gas stations hanging around anywhere. Another cool thing about this one, if you ever come across one of these things, which is a GPW, you look actually on the bolts. They'll have F script on the head, which is from Ford. So they're proud to put their name. They couldn't put their name on it, but they could put their logo on it.
That's where the name Jeep actually developed from. It was from the GP turned into Jeep at some point. General purpose vehicle eventually turned into a Jeep.
Another great military example, what you would see, all across.
That's your classic World War II Jeep.
Yeah, that's what you see across, Europe. That's an MB, man. That was the one you would see. It's been a lot. It was a 42 model, so.
Yeah, that's why it has the different style grill. As you guys can see, it doesn't really have the classic MB grill.
Yeah, this is actually owned by a gentleman out of Butler. So 60 horsepower, bro.
Which was a lot back then. I mean, if you think about the old like Volkswagen Bugs and all that, like nothing really had more than that.
Show on the steering, it's all the same.
Yeah,
Things
I mean,
ready
it's
for
the same.
war,
Yeah.
same steering, man. Nothing changed. Same one you could buy, be your farm implement at your home, or your farm, or your backyard, or whatever it may be, your local cruiser. It's all the same.
Isn't this the Bantam Jeep?
Correct.
Is
Yeah.
that
Yep.
is that what it is? Owned
That's
by
correct.
City or Butler? Yeah. Okay.
Yep. This is a 41.
So this is the Jeep. Why? Well, this is the reason why the event is in this town, because this was developed here in Butler, Pennsylvania.
Yep.
Super cool.
So super prototype, early 40 horsepower Continental engine. Show on the wall, you can see all the stuff. 40. That's the Pilot grill right there. There's all the grills, man. They're all there. Shows the entire history of Jeep, essentially. Yeah.
Jeepster.
Yeah.
Look how tiny this thing is. Like, it looks like a
Bro.
big old car shrunk down to like kid size.
These could reach 60 to 65 miles per hour and go 40 to 50 miles on a gallon of gas. Can you imagine? Service truck was used in the Bantam plant to run parts and factory errands. It's got 1,082 original miles.
What?
It has a tailgate to it, different than the BRC 40, and a half cab on the back. So this is a super rare one. That's really cool. Just shows you what they wanted to do at their plant to use that at the factory. I'll tell you a funny story. In the 80s, Jeep had scramblers, and they would take you on a tour. So they used basically what they call a world cab scrambler. So it had a hard top like a metal hardtop in the back of it, and it set a little bit higher, and had a swing open door, so it didn't have like a drop down tailgate like a traditional CJ. Kind of, they also have an Alaskan Postal they sold in the US that had that, but you would crawl up in there and had troop carrier seats, and that would take you around the factory. So they destroyed them all when Chrysler kind of did some liquidations. Or at least I don't think there's any left, at least to my knowledge, which is crazy. 65,000 original miles.
This also shows you that no Jeep is safe from ducks.
Yeah, this is a CJ5, so early model, so you'll notice the windshield's not painted to match the color, it's black. They did this once later on in 1982 for a CJ7 Limited, which I have one, and has the black windshield, but notice that this is also pre-stuff, like they had all the wipers in the tops and the bottom, and so just a little bit different, but man, they were evolving at the time. They still had the M38 stuff, that cut out the hood.
What's that about?
Oh, you could actually have an air snorkel there. So
okay.
yeah, so that was kind of the thing. These models are a little bit shorter in the front than the later CJ5. Here's a good looking 80 model Renegade, man, CJ7. So
this is what started my love for Jeeps, dude. CJ7s, man, all day.
Seats look great in it. Even the front plastic piece is not broken down. You can tell where they've taken the snowplow stuff off. But it's got your good BFG all-terrain, which is classic for all these Jeeps. It's got a 1980 product information book, which you would have found in the dealer when you were going to order your Jeep. This has the big 401 AMC V8. Marvin, you're familiar with that. You actually had one swapped into yours. This was a factory equipment on this one, and your later model Grand Wagoneer, they didn't put those in, but you had one in yours.
Yeah, a lot of people probably don't know this on this channel, but I used to own a 1987 Grand Wagoneer with a 401 AMC in it.
Yeah, that's the largest.
Daily driver.
Yep, largest engine AMC ever produced.
Yeah, still a great engine, dude.
Oh yeah, it's all built off the same architecture essentially. So it was owned by the Pittsburgh Penguins. F-134 engine, so T90 transmission. Yeah, I guess essentially that's weird. I don't know. I mean, you had a lot of stuff being made by government contracts, and after private contract stuff that how's your business make money, right? They only had these farm implements for the most part, and cars like this that didn't really sell that great over the years, and so have to do things to make money. But you start looking at the Qs on it, it's got some some CJ5 or Willys model parts on it, so that's kind of cool. That's super rad. I didn't know what this was. I didn't either. I learned something myself today.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll show the military setup over here. How about that?
Super cool. I hope you guys enjoyed this. I definitely, Andrew's a walk-in library when it comes to old school Jeep stuff. I know a little bit, but not quite as much as he does. So I hope you guys enjoyed this. Hit like if you did. Leave us a comment. What was your favorite Jeep? Maybe you have your own little story about either World War II era Jeeps or any kind of Jeep history stuff. Write it in the comments. We'd love to hear about it. And yeah, see you guys next time. Thanks.